Going on, guys? Another instant reaction here from the Connor and Mark show. Make sure you click that subscribe button to keep up with all our content here on YouTube, and make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram as well. Big Flyers win, comeback after falling 3-0 in the first period. I believe with like 16 minutes left, the Flyers storm all the way back to win 4-3 on the back of the captain Claude Giroux. And as we currently stand right now, the Flyers probably one of the biggest wins. Definitely the biggest win of the season, but the biggest comeback win, I believe, since 2016. Mark, what was your reaction in this big win?
I mean, the compete level was unreal. They didn't give up, and you saw led by their leader, Claude Giroux, and big 2-goal game. I was actually stumped as well. I thought he had a 3-goal game, but that puck hit off Walton, but still just going to the net and really fighting hard. He was really winning some critical puck battles in the end of the game there. And I really think that's what the difference was. They just outmuscled the Penguins at the end and really wanted it more. And that's a huge win, not only for this team, but just for their morale moving forward.
Well, yeah, and listen, it was not a good start, obviously. They went down 3-0, and the defense was, not looking good at all, really, to put it lightly. And that was a big problem going into this game, obviously, with Gosper has not been playing fantastic. I think Myers Sanheim did not have a good game, obviously, definitely in the first period. They've been, a lot of turnovers in their own zone, and that's really been leading to most of the goals scored by the opponent. But they cleaned up in the second and third period. Brian Elliott, listen, the goals weren't his fault in the first period, but he still had a really good game. He's been good all season, and obviously he was really good in the second and third period. I thought he kept rebounds close to him and didn't let any good opportunities for the Penguins offense. But this Flyers team, like we said, they didn't have Farabee tonight. He was put on the COVID protocol list before the game, which is very disappointing. But hopefully he'll get a negative test next time he tests for COVID, and then he'll be back on, in the lineup because he's been dominant so far this year, especially at 21 years of age. It's very impressive. But not having him, I thought obviously Drew definitely stepped up, but. And that's a lot to ask for. I thought Patrick, actually, I thought he had a pretty good game, especially in the second half. He had a physical game. I know he had that penalty in boarding against, former Flyer Friedman in the first period, but he laid a big hit in the second period on him. And I thought playing in the fourth line, changed the role for him. I thought he played pretty well. I thought Voracek played well. There's a lot of guys who look to, and I don't think they played a great game per se, but they got it done, and that's what good teams do. They find a way to win a game.
Yeah, and then just like you said, I mean, Patrick's role has kind of evolved to this third, fourth line guy where he's going to be a grinder and he's not going to be, as visible on the point sheet that, when we drafted him at second overall probably thought, but, that's his role and he's great at it. Like you said, he really brings the intensity recently, at least. And in this shortened season of getting in on the forecheck and forcing turnovers. And that's just as good in this league as a goal or an assist. So, great play by him, but, I just wanted to touch on that as well. It was funny. I looked at my phone and I saw Friedman scored, and I know we put him on waivers about a week or so ago.
Yeah.
And he got picked up by Pittsburgh. But, other than that, I mean, great overall win. Scoring 4 unanswered when you're down 3-0 in Pittsburgh. That's great for this team moving forward. And Giroux involved in the last 3 goals, as we mentioned, 2 goals, 1 assist. Really should have been 3 goals, but Walton was in tight on Jari there, and it hit right off him. So, again, great, exciting game. We got 2 nights in a row and unexpected instant reactions. You can never fight that, and hopefully this Flyers team takes this moving forward.
Yeah, Jordan.
And Elliott looks. No, I was just going to say, and Elliott looks great as well. There's just a lot clicking for this team right now.
Yeah, and then Jordan Hall, who's a frequent guest, obviously, on the Connor and Mark show, he covers the Flyers for NBC Sports Philadelphia. He tweeted out, hell of a win for the Flyers, giving credit. They didn't pack it in when it was 3-0, just 4 minutes into the game. They beat the Penguins 4-3. Claude Giroux, his second 3-point game in 5 games with 2 goals and 1 assist from coming back from the COVID-19 list. So, listen, Claude Giroux, I think, is playing some of the best hockey that we've seen probably since his 100-point season a couple years ago. He's playing really well, and I think he's, I know the center role is obviously a position he's not played over the past couple of years. He feels a lot more comfortable on the wing with guys like Kevin Hayes and Sean Couturier, but for him to go in there and And I know I saw Jordy Barstool tweet out, when the game's not looking good at 3-0, he was saying that this Claude Giroux needs to step up. Like it's unacceptable that he's not coming in here and making an impact. And just when he tweets that, he changes the course of the game, obviously putting up 3 points and looked like it was a hat trick at the initial point, but it looks like Walton got one of the goals. But listen, he led the team, and he's not a very super vocal guy, I think, especially in the public eye of a Philadelphia Flyer fan, but he leads by example on the ice, and we saw that tonight.
Yeah, and I also do want to give some love to Sean Couturier. I feel like we've kind of, lacked on that, and he's been just as important to this team as anybody. Recently, I think he was one of the first guys to come off the COVID list, and he was playing with, the shorthanded team, and he was doing really well, playing great defensively, coming back on the back check and playing a full 200-foot game. So, he had a goal tonight, so he had, another part of this comeback, but overall, this team is really coming together, and it's, like you mentioned earlier, it's unfortunate Farabee wasn't in the lineup tonight because next to probably Van Riemsdyk, who's been putting up a ton of points, he's been their best player and really producing at a very high rate for a young player right now.
No, I agree. The Flyers will finish up their 3-game road trip in Pittsburgh on Saturday at 1:00, and also the Flyers will return home in front of Philadelphia Flyer fans for the first time for a full year against the Washington Capitals on Sunday night. And, that's going to listen to the first game in the Wells Fargo Center with Philadelphia Flyers fans. Got to be very exciting, not only for the organization, but Flyer fans itself. But before we get off the instant reaction, I do want to make an announcement. We partnered up and we partnered up and put the podcast on WCHE, which was being played on Mondays from 3 to 4. But we have announced we're now moving to a live show. That's going to be on Saturdays from 10 to 11, and you're going to be able to, call and interact with us on 95.3 WCHE Saturdays from 10 to 11, and we are very excited. Obviously, Mark.
AM.
AM. No, it's FM.
No, I'm saying like in the morning.
In the morning, not at night. Trust me. I don't know if we can do it at 10 o'clock at night.
You just got to clarify, though.
Yeah, just to clarify. So it's going to be 10 in the morning to 11 in the morning, an hour slot show for the Connor and Mark show on Sports Radio. 95.3 WCHE. We are so excited. I've been working there for the past year. And I know when I told Mark about that, he was very excited as well.
Yeah, just, echoing exactly what you said. It's going to be a great opportunity to kind of get a live show and be able to, interact with people. And obviously all of our followers, we definitely encourage you guys to give us a call in and definitely feel free to challenge our opinions because, we love it. And it's Philadelphia sports and it's the greatest sports city in the world. So I'm really excited for this opportunity and really excited for, you guys to, our followers to get involved and have the chance to call in as well. So,
the reason I came here to Westchester University and to study communications and media was because I fell in love with Sports Talk Radio in Philadelphia. And it's the best market for it. And that's why it's so popular here with obviously bigger radio stations like WIP and The Fanatic. But for us at 23 years of age that get our own, Sports Talk Radio show on FM radio at 23, it's pretty incredible. And we're beyond excited to be moving forward. And I think that, like me and Mark always say, there's so much more that we have to offer towards to this media, and we don't think it's going to end here. I think we have a lot more bigger things coming up.
Definitely. And, like Connor said earlier, like and subscribe and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Connor Mark Show. And feel free to reach out to us about any potential guests you would like to see on the radio show as well. So a lot of opportunity here and can't wait to get started.
So guys, we'll see you guys soon.